We are so happy and blessed to be RVing again. But you know the old saying in the RV space, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. We've lost 3 major parts in our travel so far, and we were only out about 800 miles so far. So in this video, we're gonna share with you guys all the things that I prepare for ahead of time. So I have additional parts, everything that I can think of, so that if anything does go wrong, I won't get stuck somewhere waiting weeks or months for the right part to come in. And then I'm also gonna point out a few things. I'm gonna actually inventory the stuff myself, knowing what I know now, and give you some more tips on additional items that I would add to my arsenal if we break down. One of the tricky parts about RVs is that you only have so much space to store stuff. And so I'm gonna bring you inside, show you where I store my stuff, and hopefully this video will help you guys out. Happy campers! This is all possible storage space for us. We don't have much in the Mini Winnie. But I wanna show you guys, over the years of RVing, what I've come to know I need to have as additional items and resources in case something goes wrong. So far on this trip, we lost our gas cap. I went ahead and spent $17 to get another one, forgetting that I had already had one. We lost our water pump, which is a big deal when you're in when you're traveling in an RV, a Class C in this case. Which in case if you lose your water pump, your toilets are going to start to smell. So you need to have extra water. So after you do your thing, have enough water to flush that down into the black tank. And then finally, went to do an oil change down here in Florida, and me and my buddy Paul opened up the air filter.
Surprise!
And we had a squirrel that had built a nest inside of our air filter. Literally a squirrel's nest underneath the filter, and the filter was all eaten away. So luckily, that sent me looking for additional parts that I might already have. And believe it or not, this is where I keep kind of my maintenance stuff, right? And so believe it or not, I had 2 air filters already on board. So I used one of them, got that fixed, got rid of that little squirrel jerk out of my RV that was nuts all over the place. And then here's my 3-pack for my Clear Source water filter replacement. Always have extras, guys. Really important to do so. Right here, this is a surge module for our Power Watchdog. This is the Power Watchdog, the best surge protection you can get for an RV. They come in both 30, 50. They come with a nice little app. And if you go to our website and look up the coupons on our website, I think we have 10% off in the website. So check that out, guys. It's a great, great surge protector. Well, most surge guards, when they fail, they blow up. With our Power Watchdog, you can actually replace the surge module within the component, and it's working like brand new again. Now look at this. This is my water pump. Our water pump went out, wouldn't prime. So we drove here with bottles of water every time we went to the bathroom. We had to put water in the toilet to flush it so it wasn't stinky. You know the deal. But just found a guy online. David came out. What's the name of your company, David?
Advanced Mobile RV Repair.
Advanced Mobile RV Repair. I called the guy 35 minutes ago, and boom, he's here. He's got 75 reviews, 4.9 stars, which you don't see very much, man. So this guy is good. I had a guy come out here yesterday and replace a water pump for me. It was when I started digging through my stuff to find an air filter that I found just about everything that I needed on this trip. I literally had everything I needed, which you guys will soon see. So always have an extra water pump. They're about $100, super easy to change out. Lots of stuff like just weather sealant around my doors. I don't like a lot of noise when I move around. I've got my vacuum cleaner. These are all filters for my vents that come into the RV. I keep extra of those. Same thing with these. These go to replace where my AC unit comes in. Right up there. Got plenty of those. Over here I've got oil. I use the best stuff. Mobile One. Headlights. You have to have additional headlights. You're out in the middle of nowhere. And you lose a light, it can be catastrophic. You're stuck. So always have some headlights. I've got gas filters, and these are my fuel caps. Now, believe it or not, guys, just so you know, If you lose your gas cap, I left it at a gas station because it wasn't connected, right? I like the ones that are connected because I forget them. But all gas caps are not created equal. Each cap is created for your engine type, your gas tank type. So there's a certain amount of air that the cap has to let into the tank to let that gas freely flow. And so just taking another one, or in our case, we took some tin foil and wrapped it around tight. And what happens, you get warnings from your engine that's telling you, hey, you know, something's wrong with your gas. The pump isn't working right. So always have gas caps. I, believe it or not, have 3 of these. I have 2 locking caps because we are the RV Odd Couple. It's safer to us to lock everything outside, just so that somebody can't walk up and put sugar in my tank or something chemical in my tank. So I do like the locking covers. So I didn't only have 1. This is the original. I've got 3 of them in here. I've got transmission fluid, power steering fluid. These are all the original manuals and books. One of the coolest things about this rig is we purchased this rig from an RV Odd Squad member, Paul and Vivian. They followed us for years and they never missed a video. Meaning that they watched one of our earlier videos where I did a video like this telling everybody exactly what you need to have extra.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't get hung up out on the road. Paul watched that video. All this stuff that he got was just stuff that I told him to get in that video.
He listened.
He listened, which is awesome. Not everybody does that. But what's funny is I haven't RV'd in so long that I forgot I had all this stuff. That's how long we haven't RV'd. Man, we're so blessed to be back out on the road, guys. Sagey's having a blast at Disney. We're going to Discovery Cove tomorrow, visiting lots of friends, RV Odd Squad members all over the state of Florida.
Yep.
But all the manuals for everything.
That's gold.
And then here's my electrical stuff down here. It's about everything you could think of.
Yep.
So different crimps for different size wire, caps, different screws, different sizes. And again, it's so important that you just kind of have a little bit of everything. It's kind of my hardware box, you know?
And I like how it's visual.
Right? You always want to have Teflon tape. You definitely want to have pipe clamps, a little bit of wire. We got some extra rope, some additional lights in here. We got just about every single fuse,
the fuses are a big
that
one.
you can imagine. Just don't go to the store and buy a multi-pack of fuses because you may not have the right fuse. So take the time, go through your manual and find out which fuses you need and load up on them. I probably got 10 for each one in this. And then of course water gaskets, right? These are always helpful. And then this is my PEX crimps right here. I've got a tool for that outside that I use. So I don't like using pipe clamps. I like doing the crimp directly over it. I have the tools for that. So just give you an idea. Have everything you possibly can think of, okay? And right here, this is my drinking water freshener.
Yeah.
This is how I clean my tanks. So if you're using freshwater tanks and you haven't used them for a while, make sure they're clean, guys.
Yep.
Make sure they're clean and do it right. And then down here, we have a jack system. This is our refrigeration clean-out system right here. But as you can see, I still have more room for more stuff. Okay, so which brings me to the next point. While I'm down here and I got this open, after going through all the stuff that I know, now that I know I have the stuff I need, which is a blessing because I didn't need to buy a new gas cap. I already had an air filter.
Oops.
For those darn squirrels. And I even have my own water pump. Additional items that I would suggest you have that aren't here, but they're in another bay, small bay where my tools are. You're going to want to have some Gorilla tape or some type of a sealant tape for your roof, a caulking in case you get a leak on the road, which can be miserable. Some type of a rubber or a highly adhesive roofing cement tape that will seal any cracks or holes that you get. And you guys know how these RVs are built. After they move for a while, it's like an earthquake whenever you drive it. Those little gaps between the skylights and the fixtures that are up there, they will crack. So you want to check those caulking holes constantly. Another thing that I would highly suggest that you have is a tire repair kit. Driving around these RV parks, you're going to pick up a nail or a screw. If you do have a TPMS, and you should have a TPMS, which will warn you of a slow leak.
Yep.
It's always good to be able to fix your tire, to plug your own tire to get you to where you need to go to replace that tire.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I've used plugs in tires for years, and plugs will always be great for holes in your tire, whether it's a screw or a nail. You know, if something goes in the sidewall, you're screwed. You might be able to hold it to get you to a gas station, but you never ever, you want to replace that tire as soon as possible. Something else, windshield wipers.
Are you going to get on your soapbox about windshield wipers and how they're not like they used to
Oh,
be?
they're just not. I went in to buy windshield wipers, and I walked into AutoZone. And AutoZone, I picked up a thing. It said windshield wipers. I assumed there was 2 in there. It was $40, so I really assumed there was definitely 2 in there. It's actually $44 plus tax. And I went back out in the truck, and my friend Austin was out in the truck, and he's like, "Why'd you only buy 1?" And I said, "What do you mean there's only 1? There was always 2 together." And when I grew up, there was always 2 windshield wipers. You guys tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments. I swear to God, there used to be 2 windshield wipers in a package. Now you have to buy 2. So it cost me $90 for 2 replacement windshield wipers in my truck, which is absolutely insane. I did a whole video on being that the cold weather is coming in right now. It's going to get freezing across the country right now. We got a big weather pattern coming in. Ice cold freezing rain, feet of snow up in the central part of the United States and down into the south. And I did a video a few years ago about the 2 things you have to have with you, because you got to keep heat. When it gets that cold, heat means survival. Okay. Yep. You have to be ready for anything. You have to have redundancy, backup heaters, backup propane, all that stuff. But when it comes to RV heating systems, HVAC, or the RV heating system, the RV furnace, there's 2 pieces. 90% of the time, it's what's going to break. It's called a sail switch and a limit switch. I would highly suggest you guys order those. I'm going to attach that video to this video. Just go watch that video, guys. I promise you'll be happy that you did. It's not a long video, but it explains to you why it's so important to have a limit switch and a sail switch. And they're $11, $12, maybe. That was a couple of years ago. They could be $80 now. Who knows?
Like windshield wipers.
But get an extra, okay? Anything that you need for your AC, anything that you need for your refrigerator, any additional items that you can have, obviously. And then maintenance stuff, I don't have to say this, but you know, if we have an onboard generator, you need spark plugs, you need oil, you need, just things to maintain a gas filter, air filter. Just have everything you need. And it doesn't take long to just sit around, walk around your RV and come up with these lists. Make your own lists up and order this stuff. Because when you're RVing and you're in the most beautiful parts of the country, sometimes you're not near anything. And something breaks, it's a big deal. And we've lost our heat, and we fix that with a sail switch and a limit switch. We've lost our water, and that's been a big problem. So just do the research, get the products that you need way ahead of time so that you don't have to go through the headaches. And then finally, Amazon's great nowadays. The problem is that with supply chain problems, and who knows what's coming in the future, it can be weeks before you get it. As a matter of fact, when I ordered my limit and sail switch for my last rig, it took 2 weeks for me to get my sail switch. Limit switch came in about a week. So all this stuff, make a list, go down to AutoZone, get everything that you need so that you don't need to rely on anybody else. All the things I showed you, I can replace myself. It's do it yourself. Nothing too technical. Obviously, if it's a little bit more technical and out of your expertise, call a professional.
Yep.
But a professional could be hours, hundreds of miles away from where you're at. So be as prepared as you can. And what did I miss, guys?
Yeah.
Put it in the comments below, because I guarantee you, some of you rocket scientist, engineer types, he didn't say this, he didn't say that. Put it in the comments below. What did I miss? Let this video be for that person that's new to RVing. It can watch the video and scroll the comments to see anything. With the RV Odd Squad and all you guys help, there's nothing that we're going to miss on this list that somebody will need to have a happy, safe adventure RVing. So we'll see you in the next video, guys.